Hmm. Hello guys. I'm sorry for taking this too long to create a solution for the exercise I give to you. But I want you to understand something. For every exercise there is a pattern inside. First and foremost, before I start, let me show you something in the catching game what I'm about to use. Load from your computer. I'll click on file load from your computer. Then the next thing is, let me look for where I saved it. Okay, here. Let me click on open and then press OK. So watch, I'll quickly do that so that I won't take much of your time. So look at what we have here. This is the code for the bowl actually that I taught you. So this is for the apple. I'm going to the apple actually. We have these two codes for what happened when the apple touches the bowl, but this is to control the movement of the apple. Up and down, up and down. So I told you change y by -5 is controlling the apple movement of the apple downwards. Downward, even if it's here, it's controlling downwards. While x position less than -170 is to denote what will happen to this apple after it comes downward below -170. -170 is somewhere around here. And you see this -173. Then you set it to go to random position once it's as already here. That's 180 random position. Maybe it will start from this random position, then you set it to 180, but the 180 is up here, something like that. Then go to back layer is to make the apple to go to the back of the layer of the bowl as initially. So I want you to watch these codes very well, because this is something this part of the code or script they're going to use for one of them, the exercise I give to you. But we are not going to need this. Go to random position and set y to 180. Do you understand? So let me now start the solution. And also for those who have been trying to do one thing or the other, making the sprite move forward, that is Avril working and the cat, and also the backdrops to move, and you couldn't get it, just hold on and see what is going to happen. In the inspiration or the tips that I gave on the WhatsApp group, I said the initial backdrops does not move, that is no movement for it. What do I mean by that? My mouse is already on sprite 1. I'm clicking on it. Look at this code section that we have here on the left hand side. We have the motion scripts, everything, all the codes, they are there. But if I click on this stage, the stage which is this white background, it is the initial backdrop that we have. Look at the motion code again, there is nothing there. It says stay selected, no motion blocks. That is, these initial backdrops cannot move at all. Even if you go and import another backdrops, it will not move. Let me show you. Okay, let me click on this baseball. Now I have this one there also. There's still no movement of the motion, so let me go and delete it. Right one to stop what we want to do. Delete it here. So I click on code and go back again. So how will you now make the backdrops to move, like the one I've showed you in the exercise, and also the character to move? For the character, let's forget about it for now. You have to create a new backdrops of your own. And how will you do that? Now, under these backdrops, to create a moving backdrops, you come to choose a sprite. We have choose a sprite, we have paint, we have surprise and upload. You click on paint. So you click on paint this way. Now can you see sprite 2 is being created, but it is empty. Look at sprite 1, something is here, but sprite 2 is empty. So what do you now do? First of all, zoom out, clicking on this. Now you zoom out, then use your cursor to click on this rectangle, change the color from purple to something light blue, like this way, like a sky, and draw this way. Can you see what I've drawn is there? Okay, I wanted to reach somewhere here. Drag it down a little. Is that okay? Yeah, I think that is okay. Now if you notice this black spot here, this black line outline here, this is the outline, black outline. Just reduce it to 0 and the black outline will disappear like that. If you notice also, this shape, this rectangle is covering the sprite, the cat. Forget about that for now. Then also click out, go back and click the rectangle again, change the color from blue, change it to green, that way. Aha. So click out, then start from the edge where the first rectangle starts and stop it where the last one ends to make it rhyme together like that. Can you see? Well, can you see still white space? And so just drag it up a little like that. So see what we have. I think this is a background of a thing. And also go back to code. You can't see your sprite again, but it's there. You can't see it. I'm not hiding it, but it's still there. It means this sprite 2 is being overlaid on the sprite 1. That is, it covers it up. It's just like when you sleep on your bed and you wrap yourself in your blanket or your duvet. That's what this simply means. But you can also spread your blanket on the bed while you sleep on it. So how will you do that in Scratch program? All you need to do is just go to looks, then scroll down and bring this code. Go to front layer. No, you're already on the sprite. You don't need to do that for the sprite. Do it for the sprite too, that is the backdrops. Let me change it to the backdrop so that there won't be any confusing. Okay, it's not yet changing, or it's still not yet changing. I will change it now. So just go to front layer, change it to, go to back layer, click on it, bam, your sprite will appear. I mean your cards will appear that way. And by the time you go to motion, can you see there are movements there? And I told you before you start any code, for you to make it, or you bring when flag is clicked, add this to it. We are coding these backdrops, this background first. Do you get my point? We're coding it first. Okay. After that, what do we need to do? We need to make it to move. And how will you make it to move? You are not bringing move 10 steps. You are not bringing turn like that. What are you going to bring? I told you. That's why I went back as far back to show you the catch game, that to make the apple move downward only, you have to use what would we use? I told you the downward and the upward movement is the y-axis, while the left and right movement is the x-axis. So we are bringing change x now, not change y. We use change y for the catch game for the apple. Now we are using x. I also told you if you are using 10 for a change x by 10, if you're using this code directly, your backdrops will be moving forward and not backward. Let me show you. Click on it this way and you see it moving forwards. But by the time you change this value, all you need to do is just change the value. I don't know why my system is always freezing up. I'm going to change it to -10. -10. Okay, let me pause there for a moment and see if it's going to change. So I've changed it to -10. Let me now click on it again. Can you see it moving backwards? Moving backwards, moving backwards, moving backwards. I need it to move backwards so I can show you. So it will continue moving back. It started from position 0 to 0. So let me stop here for a moment. Can you see? This is it here. If I continue clicking on it, it will just be moving backward, but it won't come forward. And that's the beauty of this code, this coding of a thing. So let me wrap it in a forever control. Try to continue moving backward forever. So if I click on it, it will only move backward forever, like that. So let me stop. Let me stop it here. Let me set the position to go to 0 of 0. That is, go to 0, 0, like that. Let me click it, and you see it returns back. So let me set that is when flag is clicked, go to the back of the layer, go to position, start from position 0, then change x by 10. That is, continue moving backwards like that. So if I want it to move backward, look at what's going to happen. Stopped here. So look at this position, -5 to 3. That's where it stopped. Let me add this way. I'll now go to control. I'll bring if, just like that of the catch game. If the operators, I need the less than operators, I'll add it. What's the position now? This is x position. If x position is less than this -5 to 3, what do you want to happen? If it is less than that, -5 to 3, what do you want to happen to your this backdrops, do you want it to go back and start again, or do you want it to stay there? So that's when you now have to what, you now said go to again, you now set it again. But how will you set it? This is -523, but if it, by the time it's starting from here, it will be positive, what, positive number. So let me try and set this to, let me set the x to 523 so that you see. Can you see? It's here 518. Let me change it to 500. Good. So I will set go to 500 like that. If I add this to this way, if you look at this code, it is similar to that of the apple, the strawberry, and the orange for the catch game. There's nothing different there. It's just the x position, because the apple is falling down from top to bottom, top to bottom. That is why for the y position, while the backdrop is moving from left to right, left to right, left to right. That is the x position. That is why we are writing the code this way. So if I try to click on this, look at what will happen. Can you see? It's go there and stopped. It's go there and stopped here. So our code is here to be complete. So if you code this way, I said x position is -523, then go to 500 by 0, then forever. Oh, let me start again. It's only going there, not starting all over. So I will stop and review the code again. What is it that is not making our code to work properly? I think it's too fast. Let me first change that to -5 so that you see it clearly. Let me play again. Good. It's a little bit slow now, but by the time it's getting here, it is not what, going back again to start all over, isn't it? You stop, then you review your code again. You review everything. But before you do that, I want you to learn something while creating any program. Make sure you always save it. So I will go to File, Save to my computer. So let me change it to backdrops so that you can see. Let me just change it to that name, backdrops, like that. So if I have this as a code, what do you think I need to do to it again for it to work properly? If I keep on playing this, it's already in a forever loop. So why is it not going back and moving forward, going back and moving forward, going back and moving forward again? Let me stop. Now you review your code one after the other. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I said you review your code. Now review the code. Why is it not working? So after a proper review, I realized that this value are too much, -523 and 500. So if you reduce the number from, let's say, let me reduce it to -460 or 465 or 480, any number, just less than 500, like that, and then I change this to, let's say, 460 or 470, thereabout. Also, after a proper review, nothing is wrong with the code, just that the number is too much, the value is too much. Can you see? Aha. Now after a proper review, I was able to detect that the value that I used there was too much for it, so that's why it wasn't going back and moving forward again. Now you can see. But in the movement of the backdrops, we have this white initial backdrop showing. So how do we deal with that? Let me stop here. Let me click stop here. Click on sprite 2. Now duplicate. That way you already have another sprite. Can you see? This is that sprite here. We're already overlaying on it, and we have this code for it. All you need to do is just basically, instead of, for this sprite 2, we set it to go to 0 of 0. All you need to do is just change this value from this x side to this value. Go to 460, change this 0 to 470, make it to start from 70. That is where this one is stopping. It should start from the back. And now, do you know, by the time I play it, that white backdrop should not be showing again. Look at it, nothing is showing. The background is moving, but you couldn't see any effect. Why couldn't you see any effect there? Because there is nothing to indicate that the background is moving, except for this x coordinate showing that. Let me stop, and now you know see the effect of this movement. Click on this sprite 1, go to the costumes section where you initially painted this, zoom out, click on your circle, change the color to something white, or gray, thereabout. Aha, like that. Now draw a circle. Draw a circle on it. After you've drawn a circle, just click on this reshape to try to change the shape. After changing the shape, click on your select, flip it vertically this way. By the time you flip it vertically, click copy, then paste. That makes it 2. So just drag it a little sideways that way. Can you see? After that, press on your shift to click on the 2. If you click outside, if you want to copy the 2 together, when you do this, just click on the first one, press on shift key on your keyboard, click on the second one, then click on copy, then paste again. Then you already make it another. So you can shift that one to this side. That makes it 2. And also click on your code again, go to your sprite 3, go and do the same thing for the customs there. But now we are not going to draw a circle. Zoom out. After you zoom out, click on your brush, leave the color as it is, just paint anything. Let me increase the size so that you see the effect very well. So let me paint something this way, or paint a circle here, or draw something like this. Now let me go back to the code again. Let me click on play. Can you see? That's to show you it is actually moving. But until I draw something on the backdrops, that's when you're able to see the effect, because the first backdrops and the second one, they are of the same color. They have the same color. You can also change their colors too. So not to take our time, you can do that later by yourself. I should already show you how to change the color. Let me stop there. Now what's the next thing? To make our cats and Avril, go and bring Avril, choose the sprite, click on people. This Avril walking. If you select any of these sprites, either Abiyamon, if it is not a walking sprite, it will not walk. All these ones are just standing sprite or dancing sprite, but Avril is walking. Can you see? By the time you hover your mouse on it, you will notice that Avril is walking. So just click on it like this, bring Avril, this Avril on the stage here, put the cat forward, reduce the size of the cat from 100 to 70 so that it will be small like a cat. Yes, this Avril. You can also increase the size of Avril from 100 to let's say 120, or it will be bigger than the cat. Good. Now click on Avril here. Let's go and code for Avril. For Avril to move forward, move 10 steps. It's not change X. Don't use change X for a character like this, but only for the backgrounds. Move 10 steps. Then what's the next thing? You go to your events app, bring your when flag is clicked, then control, bring forever, put it inside the forever. You put your movement inside the forever loop. That way, after that, go to your looks, next costume. Why do you need next costumes? If you click on that costumes for Avril, what do you have? You have this costume 1, costume 2, and costume 3. They are just denoting the posture of this sprite walking. Can you see? The posture is changing. That is why we will call it a walking sprite. So for you to change this posture, that's why you have to add next costume. If you play it this way, you may not like what you're going to see. Do you understand? Let me play it for you. Can you see? That's not how to work. Let me bring it back. So that's why you need another code entirely. What do you need? Go to operators, make pick random. You already saw me use pick random before. So change this value to -1 to 1, like that way. Add it here. If you also play it, you may not like what you are going to see. Play it again. Can you see? That's not how to work properly. Then now go to control. Go and bring your weight, a weight code. If you play it again, you may not like what you are going to see. Can you see? It's too slow. That's not how to work. You now change this value from 1 to 0. Let's say 0.50. Now, if you play it now, you like what you are going to see. Can you see? This is how to work. This is a slow walking. So this is a proper way of walking. So now let me stop it. You also go to your sprite 1, which is your cat. Let me change the name to cat. That way. So code for sprite also, we need wait, we need forever, the event, we need when flag is clicked, movement, we need the motion, the move, the operators, we need pick random, just like we coded for Avril. And also 1 to 1, change the value from 0. From wait 1 seconds to 0.6 seconds. Use 0.6 seconds for the cat. Then also what do we need? We need the looks. Next custom. Put next custom in between move and wait. If you put it after, you may not like what you're going to see. And if you also click on the customs for the cat, we have 2 customs for it, but you can also increase the custom. Click on custom 1, right click on your mouse, duplicate. You have the second one here. So this custom 1, custom 2, and custom 3. So click on this and drag it down. So that changes the position. Click on custom 2 also, right click and duplicate. That makes it custom 4. Also arrange it properly. So we have custom 1, 2, 3, 4 for the what? For the cat also. Then if you now click on your code properly, everything will work perfectly fine. Can you see? The cat is working, Avril is working. The cat is working, Avril is working. Do you understand? So that is just the proper way of coding this exercise. And as the background is moving, the cat is also moving too. One last thing before I go. There was a particular background at the back of the exercise that indicates a house. How do I bring that? I brought it this way. Choose the backdrop. I went to this. I scroll down to look for it. What's the name? I can't even remember the name. So let me scroll down and show you how I was able to add it there. Okay, it's school. So click on the school. Click on the stage here. Once the school appears here, click on the stage here. Click on backdrops. This is the school. Zoom out. Click on convert to vector. So convert to vector will give you the access to be able to copy this particular backdrops because it's already fixed there. So click on select here. Click on it. Click on copy. Then come back to choose the sprite. Select paint it, and don't even select paint sprite. Select sprite 3 here. Now you have one custom for sprite 3. This second sprite here, and then this second backdrops here that you created by yourself. All you need to do is just duplicate this one. After the duplicating, then duplicate again. So the third one, highlight this way and click on delete. After you press delete, you can now click on paste to paste the one that you copy from here. So once you already pasted it, go back to stage. Go and delete this one, the one on the stage. This one on the stage, delete it here. The initial backdrop to copy it from. Then click on sprite 3 again. Click on this, then enlarge it to be able to cover this background here. Oh, it's too big somehow. Make sure you do it properly. Good. I think it's better like that. Good. I think it's better like that. So now go back to the code. The code for this particular sprite. All you need to do is just add next custom. Next custom. That's all you need to do. But before that, go to that custom again and make sure you are selecting the first one. Make sure the first one is active. That way, just follow my mouse, the movement of my mouse, and you understand it. By the time you click on play, look at what happens. It will walk over the first one. It will walk over the first one under the sprite 1. Walk over the second one under the sprite 2. Then it will show that school. Show them passing through the school. Because this next costume will do its work. Can you see? Then it will pass over. Start again with this one. Move over to this. Can you see? This side is changing. And it will show also the second one too. Like that. So let me stop there. So that's the end of our exercise. So thanks very much for listening. And as I said, and like Uncle Dami said, I'll be posting more exercise and I'll be showing you more methods and more codes in Scratch so that you can understand the full effect of these. This is the basics for programming. If you're able to get this rightly, be able to program in a real world, in a real language like Python and JavaScript and the likes. So that's just that about that. So thank you very much for watching and